Without any further ado, let's welcome our speaker for the day, again, Mr. Ken Rose with Rockstar Expeditions.
Top, bottom. Okay, top, bottom. I don't know, we'll see. All right. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me today. I'm not used to speaking in front of a room full of people, except Wednesday nights, sometimes Thursdays, DJ events, chamber events, and so on. So this is kind of new to me. Before I get started today, I reached out to Harry to review my plan. He said, not a pitch, a presentation. Harry gave me bad news for you guys. Harry said, Ken, you cannot give away a weekend cruise to everybody in the room during your presentation. He said, that's selling. So you can meet Harry in the parking lot and deal with that a little bit later. Okay. I know, that guy. You guys could have been sipping pina coladas at the beach, listening to some reggae music, great dinners, sunshine, place for your kids when you don't want to see them, but Harry nixed the whole thing. So that's on Harry. On another note, so about me, what can be said about me in 2 minutes? I don't know, my wife could probably say a lot of bad things and a lot of good things. All right, so I've been in the printing industry for, well, since 1979. You can do the math. That's where I got my start in business. And back in 1979, there were no fax machines yet. There was no Canva or design programs yet. Everything was old school. We did it old school and it took forever. So I basically grew up in the printing industry. I've done a lot of things in the printing industry. I consider myself a marketing expert, a branding expert. I worked with a lot of different companies like Yellow Shoes, which is Disney's internal marketing, Planet Hollywood, Anheuser-Busch, Goodwill, the Chamber of Commerce. I've worked with Mike, right? Mike Sloan. I work with a lot of people in this room. So it's big companies, small companies. And really what I've learned in the printing business, the most important thing you can do is tell people who you are and what you do. And more importantly, show people who you are and what you do. And I'm a big proponent of that. I know when you're starting a new business, everything is tight. And I tell people, spend money where it needs to be spent. My pet peeve, now I just met Rob today from Summit. And you know why I know Rob? He has a name tag representing Summit. He has a shirt representing Summit. I know who he is, I know what he does. So if you're out in public, and I know I'm segueing, but this is why I consider myself a marketing or branding expert, always show people who you are. Be proud of your business, otherwise go get a job. You know, you always have your SSS shirt. So that's my background in print, and I've owned Minuteman Press for 20 years, and I decided it was time once I hit my 60s to segue into something else, looking to get out of a brick and mortar environment and do something where I can use my existing client base and develop a new client base. So I've really pivoted to Rockstar Expeditions. Rockstar Expeditions is a travel company where we amplify your vacations. What does that mean? I'll show you what it means. If you can see yourself doing these types of things, so that's us, amplifying your vacations. And everybody in this room should be taking vacation, because you're working hard, you're making money, or you're trying to make money. So take a vacation. You can probably call somebody that you already know. So, as I say here, life is meant to be legendary. Rockstar Expeditions, we're not just another travel agency. We are your backstage pass to the world. Remember, the world is big, time is short, and ordinary. That should never be on your itinerary. That's what we're about. Okay, we don't believe in just booking your cruise, your cabin, your room, your all-inclusive. hotel, your favorite spot. We want to put you in the action. What I've learned with all of my years in traveling is I've always worked with a travel agent, and they've always booked me where I've wanted to go. Makes sense. However, my travel agents have never said, what do you like to do in your free time? Are you adventurous? Do you enjoy culinary treats? Do you enjoy art? Do you enjoy golf? So for us, that's really our angle to target the consumer. We are looking for that consumer that wants to do something different. So many times we've been on a vacation. We were just in St. Lucia, and to dive, we didn't realize that diving is only on Tuesday. Had my travel agent said, hey, Ken, if you want to dive in St. Lucia, let's book it now so that when you get there, you're all set for Tuesday. How many of you have been on a cruise? And right, a lot of people on a cruise, and you go to the guest services and find out that the restaurant you want to eat at is full. The entertainment that you wanted to see, it's sold out. My approach, our approach, is to put you in the action. Get you those reservations before you get on board. As soon as that reservation window opens up, I want you thinking, if you don't know already, what you want to do so I can get that booked for you. That's really the benefit. Obviously, travel the world with us. Hawaii, the mountains, river cruises, all-inclusive, things like that. Vacations should be amplified and memorable. These are my main challenges. I should have done this slide after the other slide, but we'll do the challenges first. So we're struggling to get more followers on our social media. How do we do that? We need a better way to reach out to our audience. How do we do that? And we want to drive more traffic to our websites to, again, develop clients. My Instagram account probably has more followers than all of you put together. We have 221 posts and 2 followers. Just 2. And their reels and their videos of different places to travel and things like that. So these are the things that we're struggling with, because I know how to market, I know how to brand, but how do we reach the consumer from an electronic standpoint? How do we capture that person that sees something online, says, oh wow, I've never been there, and get them to click and say, I'd like some information, because working with a travel agent is free. It doesn't cost you extra. In many cases, you get a better service, you get better products, you get exposed to more things that may not be available when you book online. And if you book online, what happens when you get there and there's a problem? Who do you call? Some call center on the other side of the globe, help me. When you book with a travel agent, you call them and say, help me get this solved. So those are our main challenges. So we'll tackle that. I guess we'll go back to that. Okay. What we've tried, so we've posted reels and videos of vacations daily. We've tried Facebook paid advertising to a broad audience. However, I don't know what Facebook posts I should be posting. Is it the commercial? Is it a place? Is it, I have no clue, and that's why I need the audience here. We've done local advertising in print. We've sent requests out to like and follow our pages. Obviously, with 2 likes, we got a lot going on there, a lot going on. We're growing by leaps and bounds. We've been to South Lake Chamber breakfasts. I see Dave's face all the time. You know, I almost, we should just commute wherever we go because we're going to the same places. We go to Chamber First Friday Connect. We go to 1,000,000 Cups every week. Woo. So we're doing a lot of things. I don't mean to segue for a second, but I'm going to talk about Dave and the South Lake Chamber very quickly. Over the years, and I've been a chamber member for 20 years, over the years people have said to me, I get nothing out of my chamber. You know, the chamber does nothing for me. And I asked that person, how often do you go to events? Well, I don't go to events. That's why you have no connections. Right, Dave? Right. So if you're joining a chamber or you're coming to 1,000,000 Cups, talk to people. You can't come to 1,000,000 Cups and sit at your desk like this. Hope somebody talks to me. Damn, this sucks. I can't wait till 9:30 when it starts. I don't know what to say. So again, think about that. Choose your vacation, your favorite moments. When you book, I want to know where you want to go, what you want to do, how you want to get there. People get there all different ways. We've got a website. We've got a great website. You can visit it. You can get information. You can get pricing on our website. You name it, you can do it there. We're even set up on a phone, so on the phone it looks just as good. How do I go back here? Let me figure this out. All right, we'll go back a little bit here. Is this backwards? Am I going backwards? I think so.
Up a button.
Up button.
Yeah.
Let's go all the way back to my problem. It's going to be a problem if I can't get back there, obviously.
One more you got. There you go.
All right. So these are my challenges. How do I capture the consumer? Every business that I've run has always been business to business. That's easy. Provide a service to somebody that needs your service. But business to consumer, do you need my service? You can go to Expedia. You know, what is it going to take? What do you need from me for you to reach out? And we're sharing it personal pages and everything else. So, with that said, let's get some answers.
All right, let's do. Ken, the legendary, the action-packed, the amplified. I just use your words, by the way.
Amplified.
Yeah, yeah.
Life should be amplified.
Yes. So this is the time for you all to raise your hand and to give suggestions, and we'll start there, and we'll go here, and then we'll go here.
And please do not yell at Harry. I promise. You did not do.
You can yell at him about the cruises that you're not getting. That's what you can do.
Hey, Ken. I'm happy to meet with you and spend 15 minutes with you to help you beef up your online presence.
I appreciate that. Hand your card to this lovely lady in the front here.
Connections already happening.
Hey, Ken, you now have 3 followers.
Yes! Yes!
I suggest everyone take out their phone and go to his website on Instagram, Rockstar Expeditions, and just follow him. Do it now.
Our QR code is even custom, so that you know.
Not to jump in, but if you don't want anybody to kill you, you can post that on your Instagram.
I will.
And we will all follow you.
Can I post his home address?
No, that vacation that you want to
Yes.
give away.
Good morning. This
morning.
is Johanna, Primerica Financial Services. One thing that as a new business owner that I'm learning about social media is that people engage the most with your presence. And this is beautiful marketing, and I'm starting to do a lot of traveling too, but maybe engaging yourself in the actual video or your current clients or clients that you pay. But live person is what I've learned, I've been taught, that catches the most attention of people more than beautiful marketing. And I'm learning to record myself talking and making videos to try to engage more people. So maybe live, not live, but personable people talking on the video and things like that about their experience, and or you about what you offer. You know, your personality is great because it's very
It's like, let's go.
electric, and so maybe that's what you need yourself on the advertising.
So basically, it's up to the room to get me to go to these exotic places. So the more you book, the more places I can go and say, hey, I'm here, wish you were here, but you're not.
There you go.
We'll
Rockstar testimonials. Yeah, when you get the mic, make sure you stand up. We want to hear from you. Back.
The mic's over there to the right.
All right, morning, sir. Okay.
Morning.
Got an idea, so I just learned this, so I'm not on the high horse today. But what you could consider is going to some of the top performers in terms of travel agencies and see what they're doing, and maybe pull some ideas that'll work for you off of their pages. I mean, I know that's a little shady, but it works, you know what I mean? And so I just learned that myself.
Well, theft is only a crime if you get caught. So.
Marcia Carter with Carter Connection. Did you ever think of getting a brand ambassador, someone other than yourself? Because you're so well known in the area for your printing, people might get a little muddy.
Sure.
But if you had another person that was that particular brand ambassador, that might help you. The other thing is, especially for travel agents, because I have a travel agent that I've used for years, is testimonies from your customers saying how well, especially when there's a problem, because you're right, when you book online, who helps you with the problem? But this travel agent really helps me with the problem. But I think in terms of that, a brand ambassador who they show going on the vacations, they talk about it, the ease of booking, the fun they have when they go on the vacations, how you've helped them. and have them pull in other people.
Your accent would be great for that. Right away they say.
All you have to do, I would be a brand ambassador. All you have to do is help subsidize to get me to these places.
We'll talk later.
Well done. That was perfectly set up. Well done.
Okay. So something you mentioned that your service is free.
Yes.
From everybody in this room, are you guys all aware that travel agent is free? Okay. So I think that's something that maybe those of us that are a little older know, but I think the younger generations that are using social media, they're not going to know this. For me personally, I've never used a travel agent. I didn't know that it was free. I didn't know how that worked. So one thing I would advertise is saying, hey, it's free. You know, we're going to try and help you. This is what we do. These are the benefits, right? Not just the end product,
right,
but the benefits of working with you, why they want to work with you. I would also consider getting like a vanity phone number. Make yourself really, really accessible for that like easy tripwire. Once they see you, to be like, hey, now I can easily connect, and I don't got to feel like I got to jump through a bunch of hoops to have a conversation. The other thing I was going to say is on your marketing, social media content generally, you know, from my experience in advertising online, is that you want to stay away from commercial stock looking imagery and video. Just stay away from it entirely. Keep everything organic. I know that sometimes it's impossible to avoid it because you're like, hey, I need to show something. If you want to get your people on a trip, you know, maybe offer a package one of these days where you could say, you know, either, hey, I want to send somebody to go with you on this trip and document your trip, and we're going to come back later, use that in marketing and tell the story about our customer, you know, firsthand, right?
Right.
They would love that. They might even pay for it, right? Just to have their whole trip documented, but then you can use that for your marketing. So you got a true story of one of your customers. But, you know, those would be the three things. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Are you married?
Yeah.
All right. So and you book your own trips. So when you go online to Sandals, you see what they offer you.
Well, I'm not there yet.
But you will be because you want to really treat your wife right. So with a travel agent, yes, it is for free. It is free. However, travel agents get perks and benefits that they can give to the potential client. So you may find out that you booked your tropical trip, but if you booked through a travel agent, maybe you had a free beach dinner with your spouse. Yeah, I agree with you though. Yes.
Go listen to your presentation.
I got it.
So that way everybody understands.
Love it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Danny. I'm super excited and I can't wait to go. But what I would say is I've noticed with trips and travel, I don't know about all of you, a lot of this is multi-generational. Who is booking and paying this? Because odds are it may be an older generation that isn't as social media focused. So if we can tap into the older generation and not just try and drive all this solely through social media, right? Get out and meet some of those individuals, and then once we've met them and we know who's booked and who's paying for all this, then we can go after their children and their grandchildren who are on social media. But I think looking at this as the only way to get to the Magic Kingdom is maybe a miss.
Right.
It's part of a bigger picture for who can afford these grand amplified vacations that you're offering.
Thank you, Danny. Mike, you're up.
One of the things I've learned in my business, and I see in most successful business, specialize. When I hear you talking about all these grand locations, destinations that you've been to, that's great. How do you differentiate yourself? Everybody does it, or claims to do that. What I see is businesses, especially in the travel industry, saying we specialize in packages to, whether it's Central America, maybe it's going to see Machu Picchu, maybe it's a Greek island cruise. Become known for a destination and outcome that you can deliver over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty, be unique, and you have an experience that you personally, I've been on this cruise or whatever it is a dozen times. I can speak to all of the various activities that my clients have experienced and bring a true passion to it.
Right. I agree, Mike. And thank you. I get it, because like the older generation, except my mother and her mother that share all the posts, I don't think they're using social media that way, so maybe I'm missing the boat on that.
It's an and both.
But we have like 6 kids between us that should be sharing it then to their people, I guess. I don't know.
This is a great avenue, but we don't want to forget that older
Right.
generation.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Anthony from SSS, Non-Emergency Medical Transportation. A lot of you may know me. I just want to say, Chamber of Commerce, great connections. I mean, it's done a lot for me. $1 Million Cup, I presented a little over a month ago or so. Phenomenal. I mean, what I would say to you, for me, I did something different about 3 weeks ago, and I did a podcast. And I just, like, I parked my vehicle, I had the photo guys, the camera guys, whatever, and I had another person with your type of voice, because, you know, that just rocks, right? And he was interviewing me, you know, so like real life stories, things that we do on a daily, questions, answers. It was a 10-minute interview, because that's what Instagram allows, right? So for my business, it seems like, okay, so we're targeted towards the elderly, disabled, you know, things like that, right? But I was like, oh, they're not on social media too much, whatever, you know? And so I did all the printing. You did your printing, like, knocked everything off, so it was phenomenal. And I said, oh, social media is not probably gonna work for my type of business or whatever. And I did that podcast, and let me tell you, it like shocked me, you know, and I think you, or even, you know, your partner, whoever it is, giving that live feel and letting people know that, hey, this is what it is, and jokes in between, you know, just whatever, just being yourself. I think people really gravitate towards that. And yes, some of the elderly community may not be on social media, but their kids are there, their grandkids are there, their spouses are there, whatever. And they have been reaching out and saying, hey, I saw you did it, you know, can I get this done? Can I get that done? And I just feel like, you know, you are a people person, just like all of us here, and just give that life a human part of it. And I really think it works. So, yeah, keep rocking.
I love the idea of a podcast, though. We actually had a podcast that ran for 2 years. Dave Colby was on it. Jackie and her husband were on it. Banks was on it. And it was a lot of work, and it was fun, because it was business, beer, and music. So we drank local beers and talked business and played music. Business, beats, and something like that. And the issue that we had, though, was, you know, I would go to YouTube 6 months later and see 3 views, 12 views. So again, I think, to your point, I agree with you. So it's how do we use these things better? How can I? Online presence.
Hey Ken, good morning. Jared Taylor, Sugarloaf Partners Fundraising Consulting. One of the things that I think that we need to discuss, and perhaps it's applicable to your business or not, congratulations on your long-standing career, but it's the concept of continuity of operations, of business operations. And we kind of touched on it last week with Shauna. And I just want to encourage and remind everyone, you know, we're all a phone call, a car crash, a diagnosis away from financial ruin. And I'm not saying this to discourage you, I'm just thinking, you're a certain age, there are people, you know, my age, I'm 37, I think finding that next generation now, whether you want to continue the business, is that kind of question of, you know, you need to start up that next generation. You know, time flies. Today's Wednesday, September 3rd, and you know, next Thursday is 9/11. It's been 24 years, and so I say that not to be morbid, not to be morose, but to just say time flies. And I can't believe it's been 24 years. I wish y'all success for another 24 years, but think of that. You know, are y'all going to be in business for 24 years? What's the next step? What's the next plan? So please take that to heart. Thank you.
I actually did take it to heart, and that's why I'm segueing out of the printing business, because I'm locked in a brick and mortar, and I'm 61. I want to travel. I want to see the world. I want to do those things. So segueing into something else gives me that opportunity. But I get it. 37. My kids are 30 through 38. So yeah, I got to reach you guys a little bit better. You know, I don't know. TikTok. I don't know.
Hey Nathan. Whenever you're trying to be found online right now, you have no Google My Business profile, which is how the majority of people actually search for things like you. Right now in Clermont, it doesn't show, I don't know where you live, but it doesn't show where you are at. or that you are even a virtual option here. On top of that, your Facebook currently in the About page has nothing about you being a travel agency other than you identified the industry as travel agency. There's nothing about you. So whenever someone's searching on Facebook for a travel agency, Facebook only knows that and they know nothing else, so they don't know to send you. Third thing, on the website right now you have no H1 header and you have no H1 description, no meta descriptions on your entire website. The algorithm in Google has no clue that you are even a travel agency. So whenever someone searches for that in anywhere, it's locationally bound, but anywhere, they have no clue that this is even a service that you provide. So really change that website identity and add things like meta descriptions and H1 headers so that it better identifies you to your audience.
Thank you.
Did you get all that?
I get it. I get it.
To that very point, that was fantastic feedback. And so anybody was trying to get that. Glenn is recording all of this, so he will have the live presentation. Yes, she appreciates this. So you'll have the live presentation, you'll have an AI transcript, and you'll have the video to go back and try and capture everything Nate just said there. So presenters, keep that note too. All of your feedback will be given to you in a succinct format. So important details like that, you will be able to get access to.
And Betsy, we want to keep these suggestions concise, correct?
Yes.
I'm not saying about your suggestion right there.
Betsy
Stop
didn't make a
talking,
suggestion.
Betsy. Stop talking.
So let's keep it concise so everybody gets a chance.
Yes,
Good.
absolutely.
Next up.
Yes.
All right, Eric Stoltz, SKIT Solutions, and entrepreneurial networks move faster than data networks because my top one was leverage your business clientele list from Minuteman Solutions to maybe find an SEO specialist, a social media manager.
Nathan is saying no. Nathan's numbers.
Or he may know somebody. So the three things you're trying to target all fall under that. It's brand awareness. One thing to keep in mind from previous experience with that is it requires a lot of content generation. You'll have to come out of your shell a little bit, maybe make some videos, interact with people. I know it's tough.
Yeah, it's.
But I mean, that from the three challenges you have on the board, the main challenges, that seems to be the biggest driver. One thing to consider as far as a differentiation, as we said, travel agents are free. I love my travel agents. I have two of them specific for two different tasks, and you can't, short of paying your clients to use you, which is not a profitable endeavor. There are only a few ways to differentiate. One of the things you might want to consider because of your experience in B2B is leveraging it for business travel from the standpoint of employee team building cruises, things of that nature. You might find a niche in that area that is going to be a lot less competitive, especially if you can speak the B2B language. There's a difference between that versus consumer. And I think you might want to check that as an additional stream.
Wow, so that's a freaking great idea. Holy crap, I was like, well, that's the light bulb that I needed. I love that idea because I already have the client base, so why not tap that? Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
You get a free cruise. Anybody? Just kidding, just kidding.
100%, yes.
No, Harry said no free cruises. It's Jackie. Oh, who's speaking? Oh, hey.
Maurice.
Maurice Sanders was saying this. One thing I noticed in my age group, I'm like 40s now, is that if I reach out to the admins of the Facebook groups for travel groups, because that is like 50 to 100 people at a time that travel together, and that's really big. That's what I noticed. I've seen a couple people that purchase through them and they go on a big group travel, and they report back and things of that nature, and talk about how great time they had.
All right. Thanks, Maurice. Maurice, right? Maurice gave a presentation early. The only thing Maurice needs is a name tag now. So just a second for the name tag thing. It's easy for me to come up to you and say, hi, Joanna, nice to meet you. And then I see the name, and I associate Joanna. I don't know this guy's name. What's your name? But see, Banks dresses in a way that you always know it's Banks, even if he doesn't have a name tag on. So anyway, I know I'm segueing away from my thing, but that's okay.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm Angie Garay Gibbs, pre-retirement coach. I'm changing my role right now. So anyway, have you offered rewards program? Rewards. So
well,
3 months ago, I actually booked a cruise for my 2 sons, family cruise. I chose through United.com because I get mileage.
Correct.
And then we're flying to Vietnam next month with my sisters. I also choose again United because I get mileage. So maybe you can offer a rewards program to your customers and then get a free cruise. Thank you.
Well, actually, the rewards programs are issued by your credit card company. So if you get like Royal Caribbean points and you have those points, I can use those points for you to save you. You can use those points with a travel agent to be able to knock your vacation down. We just got a free drink package because we had 59,000 points on my Royal Caribbean card. So we got a free drink package out of it. Back again. Oh, hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Dan James, Leadership and Personal Development Solutions. So social media is horrible because it's almost impossible to really, unless you start really growing and get a niche thing. But that's what the gentleman was saying over here about getting that niche individual or that niche customer base. Senior adults, listen, my parents are in their 80s and they're on their phones more than I am. So they're on social media all the time. So, having your advertising and your things focusing on senior adults or having your advertising focusing on, young couples or whatever and making sure that you're focusing on your niche might be an opening for you so that you're actually not just, shotgunning the room because then you miss everybody or you just wound everybody. But once you start really focusing in, then you start hitting your targets.
Mm-hmm. Like that.
Well, thanks, Dan. Back here.
So yeah, to follow up on his suggestion about your site, I know a lot of people, they get scared of the phrase SEO or search engine optimization. A relatively simple hack that you can do on your site, because I didn't see anything that has any content on your site. What you could do is build out, maybe 20 to 25 pages of content that targets specific things you want people to be searching for, whether it's like, trips to XYZ, whatever the case, things like that. You could build out page content, link that in your footer, mention those phrases like 5 times in that content, make sure that the title of that page matches those phrases that you're searching, link them in your footer. It's very simple. Use AI to write it. You don't got to sit there and try and write it all. But get that out there because it's all free. Once those keywords start to bring in traffic, it's all free leads. Because that's just one of those things is that most of the time, especially in this business, is that you got to capture the customer right away. There are obviously a lot of ways that you can get brand awareness in the industry. That takes a lot longer to get brand awareness where people are going to be thinking about you before they think about their trip. But the challenge for you right now is you got to be getting them at the moment they're thinking about the trip because they don't know you exist yet. So they got to kind of like stumble upon what you're doing. But.
Appreciate that.
Jackie.
You don't have to call Jackie. She's right here.
Hey, Ken. First,
do I know you?
Dan, social media is not awful. Know what you're doing. It works very well. But I wanted to piggyback on what he said earlier. Have you partnered or spoken with any HR companies as far as offering benefits to their employees, having that be some type of reward program in the businesses? I mean, some of them, you can get, do a weekend away or whatever. It's not terribly expensive for the companies that have budgets to reward their customers and their employees, as well as partnering with the businesses that are putting together retreats, which a number of people in this room do.
All right. I don't really trust Jackie with Splash Social. Jackie and Tom have built 2 websites for me, and we've been. Right. Not this one, but others. So great people. We go way back. They were on our podcast.
So Ken,
yes.
the legendary, the action-packed, the amplified, Ken Rose and Rockstar Expeditions, and I think I single-handedly just doubled your followers.
Thank God, we're up to 4 now.
Hey!
Ken Rose, everyone.
Thank you.
You get the last word.
Last word is this. So people said, how'd you come up with the name Rockstar? Simple. Everybody wants to travel like a rock star. Everybody wants to be on vacation like a rock star. Our angle is we don't want you to wait till you get to your destination to figure out what you're going to do. We want you to know what you're doing at your destination before you arrive, when, where, and how you're doing it. So,
Ken Rose, Rockstar
we are.
Expeditions, everyone.
Thank you, Ken.
I'm going to need that whole, because Nathan said a lot and I got to write all that down.
Yes, we will definitely get you your playback.
Thanks,
So,
everybody.
I think, Ken, you got some aha feedback here today. And so I think the one final question that we always ask at 1 Million Cups, in addition to some of the feedback that you've gotten today, what can we overall as a community do to help you?
Book a vacation. You deserve it. Really.
There you go.
Spread the word. Yes. Spread the word.
Use that unlimited marketing budget to buy your whole company a cruise and book it with Rockstar Expeditions. I love it.
You know what's great?